Hi, everybody. How are you all doing today? So, I hope that you're all fine and I hope that you had a great weekend. So, today we'll be having subject and object pronouns, but first off, I'm just gonna share my screen. Okay, so first off, all you need to do is log in using the aplusstudent.com here. You use your email and your passwords, and then you click on your name. Okay, so you just go find your name here, click on it, and then we will move on to the grade. So we have grade 6. So we just need to find the chapter. Hi, Evangeline. How are you? Hope you had a good weekend. So we'll go to subject and object pronouns. So that's what we're doing today. By the way, Evangeline, can you hear me clearly? Is it good enough? All right. So we will have the first lesson. It has 3 lessons here. So we will try to answer the 3 lessons today. Okay? And we will go through it and let's see then. So the first lesson is choose between subject and object pronouns. So we need to choose between subject and object pronouns. I'm just gonna get the explanation. Alright, so first, we will go through the explanation, but the lesson is choose between subject and object pronouns. Okay? Alright, so now, alright, so first of all, you can use a subject pronoun as the subject of the sentence or clause. Okay? So you can use a subject pronoun as the subject of the sentence or clause. It tells who is doing something and it's usually at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so when we have a subject pronoun as the subject of a sentence or clause, it tells who is doing something and it's usually at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so yeah, now, you can also use a subject pronoun after a linking verb like am, is, are, was, were, or be. Okay? You can also use a subject pronoun after a linking verb, and these are the linking verbs here am, is, are, was, were, or be. The subject pronouns are, you, he, she, it, we, and they. Okay, so these are the subject pronouns that we have, and you should take note of the subject pronouns. Okay, so yeah. What's Hello, I don't know if you can hear me, but I think that there's some little problems. Hi, thank you, Evangeline. Are you still here? Can you hear me? I think it suddenly just went off, but it's back now. So I'm going to try to share the screen again. If any of you is here, just tell me if you can. Okay, perfect. So now you can hear me, and you can see my screen also, right? Okay, so I'll just go back to what I was saying earlier on. Okay, so much. Yeah. Okay, so like I said, you can use a subject pronoun as the subject of a sentence or clause. Okay, so note that subject pronoun can be used as a subject of a sentence or a clause. Okay, and also it tells who is doing something and is usually at the beginning of the sentence. All right, so subject pronoun tells you who is doing something in the sentence and is usually at the beginning of the sentence. You can also use a subject pronoun after a linking verb like is, are, was, were, or be. Okay, so now the subject pronouns are now these are the subject pronouns that we can use in sentences. Okay, I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. All right, so let's get the difference now. I'm just gonna write them down for you all. So we have the linking verbs. So these are the linking verbs. We have is, are, was, were, and then where, and then we. Okay, and then we have subject pronouns. So subject pronouns that could be used in the sentence, we have I, you, he, she, we have it, we have we, and then they. Okay, so these are the subject pronouns that could be used in a sentence, and they are actually the ones that would tell you like what the person is doing in the sentence. Okay, so it will tell you what the person is doing when you see any of this. Okay, and when we have pronouns, right, it's just like when we have a noun and then the noun is telling us a name of a person. So instead of a name of a person, now we can have the pronouns. Okay, so that's what like the subject pronouns are all about. And then let's look at some examples for the subject pronouns. After finishing the experiment, I showed my teacher the result. So now the subject pronoun I is the subject of the sentence. So now, okay, now when you have this example and it says, after finishing the experiment, showed my teacher the result. I, who is the I here? So the I could be me, it could be you, but it's the subject. Okay, right. So we have another one here. Yes, it was she who won first place. She, subject pronoun. Okay, talking about someone. Okay, talking about a girl or woman or lady. So she won first place. That's the subject pronoun. So the subject pronoun is used after linking verb was. So this is the linking verb here. Working verb. So take note that it says you can also use a subject pronoun after a linking verb. So after a linking verb like is, are, was, where, be, a subject pronoun can come in. Okay, just like here we have words as a linking verb, she as the subject pronoun. Okay, so this is everything for subject pronoun. Again, I'm just going to go over it. Subject pronoun is the subject of a sentence or clause. It tells who is doing something, and it's usually at the beginning of the sentence. And then you can use a subject pronoun after linking verbs, which are all this here. And then the subject pronouns, these are the examples of subject pronouns. Okay, now let's move on to the object pronoun. You can use an object pronoun after an action verb. Okay, so now object pronouns are used after the action verb. You can also use an object pronoun after a preposition. So you can have an action verb and then you use an object pronoun, or you can also have a preposition. These are the prepositions here: at, for, of, on, to, or with. These are all the prepositions here. So you can get a object pronoun after prepositions or after action verb. Okay, now these are examples of the object pronoun. So these are the object pronoun here. We have me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. Okay, so it's like the opposite of the subject pronoun. Okay, all right. I hope that you guys understand the difference. So, like I said, these are the object pronouns, and they are used words. They are used after an action verb, or they can be used as an after a preposition. Okay, so you can get object pronoun after an action verb or after a preposition. So we have some examples here. After finishing the experiment, my teacher showed me the results. So now when it says me, that's an object pronoun. So object pronoun me is used after an action verb showed. So now action verb means an action that's going on, something that is happening. That is an action verb. Okay? An action that you're doing. So that's why should is the action verb. Okay? And then my teacher showed the result to me. So the object pronoun me is used after preposition to. So to me, my teacher showed the result to me. Note that there are prepositions that could come before what? Object pronoun. Hmm? And then you have me as the object pronoun here. Okay, so I hope that you guys understand the difference. For subject pronoun, it is linking verbs, and then these are the subject pronouns. But for the object pronouns, it could be action verb, preposition, and these are examples of the object pronoun. So let's look at some questions before we try the test. Now, select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. So you need to select the correct pronoun to complete this sentence. So Dash visited several cathedrals and museums while in Toronto. Dash visited several cathedrals and museums while in Toronto. So now, if you see this empty space here, you know that it is missing the subject of the sentence. Okay? Because we're using pronouns now, you have to use pronouns. So it could pass up as I. Okay? If you were going to use noun, it could be like Jane visited several cathedrals, right? But we're not using noun here. We're using pronoun. So pronoun should start up the sentence, and the best pronoun should be I visited. So as a subject pronoun. So since you note that the subject pronoun usually starts the sentence, okay? The one that could be in the middle of the sentence or at the ending could be the object, but the subject pronoun usually starts the sentence. Okay? So let's go on and see some more examples. Okay, now we have this one. Select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. Our favorite author gave dash autographed copies of his best-selling novel. Our favorite author gave Dash autographed copies of his best-selling novel. So us, okay, gave us. Okay, that's a pronoun that is missing. So it says gave us, right? And if you can see now, object now us here, and there's an action verb, gave. You know the action of giving, okay? So you're doing something, you're doing an action, you're giving to people. So maybe you're moving around to give to them. So give is the action verb. And then object pronoun us. Okay? So let's try the test. All right, so we have 28 questions. Let's see how many we can do together. So select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. Is Mika going to the comic book convention without I or without me? So which one is it gonna be? Is it gonna be me or I? Without me or without I? What would be the best pronoun in the sentence? Me. Okay, so we have, okay, perfect. So me, that means object pronoun. And this is our favorite author gave, so it was also in the tutorials. Thank you, Shinra. Thank you, Evangeline. Yeah, okay. So we have ours for the this one because it was in the tutorial. Oh, so yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we have the next question here, and it says everyone in the history class had read the document except for he or him. So what's gonna be this answer? Everyone in the history class had read the document except for him. Okay, so we have him on the chat box. So except for him, and him now is what? Object pronoun. Okay. So while the Harringtons traveling, Dash have asked Molly to care for their dog. So while the Harringtons are traveling, is it they have asked or them have asked? So is it them or they? They, okay. So when we have they, this is the subject pronoun. So they, all right? Are you absolutely certain that it was she or her? Which of these? Is it she or her? In this one, are you absolutely certain that it was or it was her? Which one is your answer? Her. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So we have her, but it says that it's wrong. So why is it wrong? Let's look at the sentence here. The missing pronoun comes after a verb was. A linking verb. So now, you guys take note of the linking verb. When we have a linking verb was, we have the examples here. Linking verb, them here. Is, are, was, were, be. It could possibly be what? Subject pronoun. Okay? So when we have like the linking verb, all right? Yeah, so we had a linking verb here, which was were. It's gonna be she. All right? But we didn't have like maybe preposition or action verb to show that it was object pronoun. Okay, so let's check here. Do we have any preposition here? We don't have any preposition, and we do not have what? Action verb to show that it was object pronoun, but we have a linking verb. Okay, so you can also be very careful because possibly you might think that, oh, how was the correct answer, but no, because you have the linking verb was there, then she is perfect. All right, so we have, he gave Sancho a comic book for his birthday. He thanked what? Thanked us or thanked we? Thanked us or thanked we? So what is it? Thanked us or thanked? Okay, thanked us. So yeah, this answer has both the action verb because it says gave. So you gave something to someone. And then this one is I because it was in the tutorial. So I visited several cathedrals and museums while on Toronto. Okay, so I hope that you guys understand the difference between the subject and the object pronoun. So when you see or when you start up this lesson, you can actually choose the right answer, right? So you what the subject pronoun does in a sentence and also what the object pronoun does in a sentence. So try to complete the test if you haven't done it before, okay? So we'll move on to compound subjects and objects with I and me. Okay, so we have compound subjects and objects with I and me. So I is a subject pronoun and you can use it as a subject of a sentence. So we all know that I is a subject pronoun and it can be used as the subject of a sentence or clause. It tells that the speaker is doing something and it is usually at the beginning of the sentence. So whenever you have I, you know that I is the subject pronoun. It could start up the sentence and it tells you that okay, the speaker is doing something. So just for example, now I am the speaker and then I'm saying, oh, I am teaching grade 6 right now. So I am teaching grade 6. Or yes, I is there. So subject pronoun. I am mhm, teaching grade 6 right now. So that's I, all right? It's the subject of the sentence and it tells you what I'm doing. Because if you're asked what I'm doing now, I've told you I'm teaching grade 6. So you know what I'm doing. Beginning of the sentence. So I used it at the beginning of the sentence. So after finishing the experiment, I showed my teacher the results. So I, subject pronoun is I, and me is an object pronoun. Okay, so we know that me is object pronoun. It can be used after an action verb. You can also use it after a preposition. So these are the prepositions here. Okay, so me is an action pronoun. It's is an object pronoun. Okay, and it can be used after an action verb. So you note that action verb like something that is happening. You're doing something. That's how you know the action verb. And you can also use it after a preposition. Remember the preposition. So we have at, for, of, to, or with. So that's it for I and me. Okay, usually most people confuse I and me, but now you should know the difference between I and me. So I is the subject pronoun and me is the object pronoun. So whenever you use me, it could be after a preposition or it could be used after an action verb. All right, but then if you're using I, you know that I is meant to show that okay, this is the subject of the sentence and it is used after or it's used to like show what the speaker is doing. Okay, and it's usually used at the beginning. All right, so that's it. When a pronoun is connected to okay, we have examples here. After the experiment, my teacher showed me the results, so it's like the same thing, and it has the action verb showed and object pronoun me. So when a pronoun is connected to a noun with the word and, okay, when a pronoun is connected to a noun with the word and, like Rick and I or Rick and me, it can be hard to tell which pronoun is correct. So, yeah, that's true. We have a pronoun connected to a noun. That's where I said that a lot of people mistake I and me. You cannot figure out what is the best one to use. So, you keep asking yourself, oh, which one can I use here? So, when you have and in between a pronoun and a noun. To tell which one is correct, look at the sentence without the other noun. Okay? So if you want to tell what the right sentence answer should be, you have to like remove the noun and see how it's going to be. Okay? That's the best thing. If you have like Rick and or Rick and I, and you cannot figure out, okay, is it gonna be or subject pronoun? You don't know which one to click on. So what you need to do is you remove the noun. So once you remove the noun, you try to put the other object or subject pronoun in the sentence, and let's see if it's correct. Just for example, here we have Rick and I discuss the results with the teacher. So Rick and I discuss the results with the teacher, and then it says I discuss. So if you're removing Rick now, it says I discuss the results with the teacher. So if you say I, it makes sense because I is like the subject of the sentence. So it's okay, right? But then when you say the teacher discussed the results with Rick and me, so you ask yourself, the teacher discussed the results with me, so me is used after the preposition with. Okay? So you have to like make solve it out to see which one is more suitable for the answer. Okay? Is it gonna be I or is it gonna be me? Okay, so the teacher discussed the results with Rick and me, and the teacher discussed the results with me. So make sure that when you're phrasing the sentence, for the object pronoun, they have their prepositions there and maybe action verb. Okay, it depends one of the above. And for the subject pronoun, you have to note that the pronoun there should be the subject of the sentence. Okay, so we have a question here. Bed swam under my sister and dash as we floated in the pool. So now it says that select the pronoun to complete the sentence. Bed swam under my sister and dash as we floated in the pool. So now we need to find, is it me or I? Okay, so let's see some example here. So the missing pronoun in the phrase my sister and dash. Okay, so bed swam under my sister and what? We're trying to find it, right? So look at the sentence without the other noun, my sister. All right, so you have to remove the noun my sister and then try to impute the prepositions. Okay, no, you try to impute like the pronouns there, and then you see, is there any preposition or is there any action verb or whatever is going to be suitable. Okay, so now bed swam on dash as we floated to the pool. So the missing pronoun are a preposition. We have a preposition. So you see, when you remove my sister to try and get the right answer, you're going to see that bed swam under, and under is a preposition. So as long as you can see a preposition already, what is it telling you? It's telling you that okay, this answer could possibly be object pronoun, right? So so you should use the object pronoun. So because you see a hint of the preposition there, you should know that the right answer is going to be object pronoun. Okay, so that's it. It's gonna be bed swam under me as we floated the pool. So now the complete answer to the question is me. So it's going to be bed swam under my sister and me as we floated in the pool. So now, like we all know, when it comes to I and me, it's very, very confusing. But you have to look at it carefully. So, like I said, you remove the noun and then you try to see which of the pronouns is suitable. Is it me or I? So you check first for object pronoun. If it has what? The preposition, action, verb, then you know that it's object. So, but if you cannot find any preposition and action, verb, then you check linking verbs. If you find a linking verb, then it's I. Okay, that's like the subject I. All right, so we have Keenan and Dash agree that the black dress looks best on me. Okay, Keenan and Dash agree that the black dress looks best on me. So let's go see. Mm-hmm. So Keenan and Dash agree. So first you're gonna remove the Keenan, right? So you remove the Keenan and then you see what's the best answer. So for example, when you remove it, it's going to be the empty space left. So it's going to be I agree that the black dress looks best on me. So you see that when you remove the other noun, which is the name, and you just leave the empty space with the remaining sentence, you see that it's lacking a subject pronoun and you need to put the subject pronoun. Now, during the storm, my dog and Dash sought shelter in the parking garage. During the storm, my dog and Dash sought shelter in the parking garage. So now let's see. During the storm, so you remove what? My dog, right? And then you find the other answer. So during the storm, I sought shelter in the parking garage. So if you say I, it's starting another sentence because you can see that there's a comma here. So the you need a subject pronoun to start the next sentence. So suitable will be I. If you say me, it's incorrect. But if you say I sought shelter in the parking garage, it's perfect. All right. So I hope that you all understand this. We'll just move on to the test right now. All right. So let's interact. Okay, in the comment section, everybody share your answer if you know it. So it says select the correct pronoun to comment. During the storm, my dog and Dash sought shelter in the parking garage. This is like the best answer I because we saw it on the tutorial. So now the stray cat fled from Bobby and what? Is it gonna be Bobby and me or what's gonna be the answer? Is it Bobby and I or Bobby and me? So what do you think is gonna be the answer for this one? So let's see. Bobby and me. Okay. So it's we have Joshi here. Joshi says it's me. Okay, any more answer for this one? Is it stray cat fled from Bobby and me? Any more answer? Anyone is gonna drop an answer here? If no answer, we're gonna go with Joshi's answer. So me. Okay, let's click. Okay, perfect, correct. So now the nurse and Dash laughed obliquely at the doctor's joke. So what is it gonna be? So yes, okay, laughs, obliquely, and right. So what's gonna be the answer here? And I. Okay, perfect. Because if you remove the knots now, it could be I laughed, right? So me, yeah, good answer. All right, so next one. Kwan and Dash agree that the black dress looks best on you. So what's gonna be the answer here? Is it gonna be Kwam and me or I? What's gonna be the answer? I. Okay, we have I. So great, thanks. And then Tim often confides in my husband and Dad about his problem. So is it gonna be my husband and I or my husband and me? My husband and I or my husband and me? What you think is gonna be the answer? Everybody share your thoughts on the chat box so that I'm sure that you understand this lesson. Okay, because this is a very very complicated lesson. A lot of people mistake I and me. So his Joshi says me. Okay. Thank you so much. Your answer is correct. So Mika swam under my sister and what? What was the answer here from the tutorials? What's it gonna be? So we have the under here, so it's what position, right? So okay. Right, me, yes, thank you. So after the concert, Kiran and Dash plan to go out for ice cream. So after the concert, Kiran and Dash plans to go out for ice cream. So what's gonna be the most suitable answer here? The most suitable answer here is gonna be what? What's gonna be the answer here? I. Okay. So I do hope that you all understand this lesson, okay? For the I and me. I hope that in the future, when you make sentences, you do not make mistakes with I and me because, yeah, it's very easy to like confuse all of them. Okay, so we're moving to the last lesson. Make sure you try to complete all these lessons. All right. So we have compound subject and objects with pronouns. So select the pronoun to complete the sentence. So this is basically like same thing from what we've done so far. So you know that use a subject pronoun as subject of a sentence or clause. It tells who is doing something, and these are examples of the subject pronoun. Okay, and also the object pronoun, you use it after what? A linking verb, right? You use it after a linking verb. Use it, sorry, after an action verb, and then you can also use object pronoun after a preposition. So we have prepositions, and then you can use object pronoun. Okay, so these are the following examples for object pronoun. Okay, and then was the example that we had earlier when a pronoun is connected to a noun. Yes, this is just the same thing that we've had from the previous lesson. So yeah, you note that when it's connected to a noun with I and me, all you need to do is first remove the noun, okay, so that you can try to figure out the answer without the noun. Okay, so you just use like the pronoun to get your answer. Okay, so that's like the same thing here. Let's look at examples. Okay, let's go see the first example. So Mrs. Rivera cares for Dash and his brother after school. So what is going to be the best and suitable pronoun here? It's going to be let's look at this. So it has Dash and his brother. So is it gonna be him? Now this is like using the subject and object pronoun. Okay, is it gonna be like we have the examples here. We have as the examples for the object pronoun where we have me, you, him, her, it, us, and them, and then we have you the examples for the subject pronoun. Okay, so now is it gonna be he, she cares for Dash and his brother? Is it gonna be him or he and his brother? Okay, so you have to be able to choose the correct and suitable answer. Okay, so you have to look at the sentence without the noun, his brother, and then it's going to be Mrs. Rivera dash after school. So for here shows that there's a preposition, so it's going to be suitable answer with an object pronoun. Okay, so she cares for him after school. Okay, so that's it. Always make sure that you remove like the pronoun, the noun, sorry, the additional noun is in the sentence. If you remove it, you can easily figure out your answer. So now the kayaking guide gave Dash and the other couples life jackets and matching helmets. So let's see now. Now it says that the other now here is and the other couples. Okay, it gave Dash and the other couples. So is it gonna be gave? Is it gonna be what is subject or pronoun? So but we can see that gave here an action verb, right? So just before the answer it's an action verb. So what are we gonna have? We're going to have what? A object pronoun, right? So we have an object pronoun here, which is what? Us. So yeah. So it gave us. So Conan and I picked up with those which Dash and other and our guest then quickly devoured. So now you're gonna remove like the and our guest, okay? the additional what phrase there. You remove that, and then let's see what's the suitable answer to be there. Okay, so you look at the sentence without the now, and it says Conan and I gave picked up a dozen pizza dash, then quickly devoured. Okay, so it's missing the subject of a clause which we, right? So because it's two people here. If it was just one person, it could be which I quickly devoured, but then it's two, so it could be we. So we is the subject pronoun. All right. Okay, so let's see then. Let's move on to the test. So this lesson is like the compilation of both the first and the second one that we did already. So yeah, understand the first and second, then you cannot understand this one. So right, let's be interactive now. Select the correct pronoun to complete the sentence. Just for fun, Ella drenched Dash toys with the garden hose. Dren him. Okay, so we have him. Okay, thank you so much. Perfect answer. So now the layout editor and Dash want to schedule a photo shoot with you. So what do you think is gonna be the answer? Is it gonna be I? Mm. So you can remove like the additional noun there. I. Okay, so if you remove the layout editor, yes, thank you guys. If you remove the layout editor, it's gonna be I. I want to schedule a photo shoot. So yeah. And then Mr. Town said escorted Dash and our children to our hotel room. Is it gonna be escorted I or me? No, sorry. Is it gonna be escorted we or us? What do you think is gonna be the rightful answer here? Is it gonna be we, us? Okay, we have us. Okay. Receiving the award for most improved team completely surprised Dash and their coach. Them or they? Surprise them or they? So it's gonna be what? Them or they? Them. Them and their coach. Okay. One. So next one. Impressed and Nina when he mentioned his favorite movie in Russian Moon. So she or her. So what's gonna be the suitable answer here? Is it gonna her? Okay. Impressed her and Nina. Okay. So good job. Alright, so the loud roar of the way outside distracted Dash and his clients. Him or he? So is it gonna be him or he? So him. Okay, so everyone, I do hope that you understand this lesson. If you do not understand, you can try to watch this video again or maybe go through your tutorials again just so that you can understand this lesson perfectly. Okay, it's very important that you know the difference between the subject and the object pronouns, else you're gonna make like so many mistakes when you speak. Your grammar is not gonna be correct because of the subject and object pronoun. It's very, very important in speaking. So I do hope that you all understand this. And yeah, I guess that's it for today. We're gonna meet again next lesson. lesson or next class. Do have a good night and see you all next time. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you, guys. Bye, Evangeline.